Okay, hi, welcome to Cherie's weight loss journey. Um, I love these cooler weathers. These cooler weathers allow me to sleep in like a bear in hibernation. Okay, I love it. Um, so that being said, you know, the sleeping in means that I get to start my day later. Isn't that great? Um, Especially if you have, the option to do so. Yeah, that's the beauty of being semi-retired. So now, we're off to take a walk. I might do some errands. And of course, download a video. All right. So, of course, I've been talking about Jesus Christ. Please don't crack open that last seal. And then it was like, okay, well, if they don't crack open the last seal, what is it going to look like? Because it definitely can't stay the way that it is or keep going on the way that it's been going on. And so I'm like, okay, what are you saying? So then it was brought to my attention that a purging will resemble much like the book of Isaiah and Jeremiah. And I was like, what? Like, yeah, no worries. Isaiah has a way of taking out whole tribes, and Jeremiah has a way of individually taking out certain bad people. And I was like, oh, okay. All right. Because when you read the book of Isaiah and Jeremiah, it's ruthless. It really is. It's like, what? Ooh, ah, ooh, right? That's how it feels. Right? It will put these quivers and make the hairs on your body go up. I mean, for real. Now, I don't have very much hair on my legs, but I'm like, ooh, the little bit of hairs on my legs that I had, they went up. I was like, okay, right? So, that being said, if you know, you know. If you don't know, please go read the entire book of Isaiah and Jeremiah. And maybe that will give you some comfort, or maybe it won't. Okay? So, anyway, I've been sticking to my diet, and I've been watching the different bodybuilding competitions that they have started for women, and I'm like, I don't know if I'll really become a candidate. And then they're like, oh yeah, they do have bodybuilding, different age class, weight class, etc., etc., etc. And I'm like, ooh, well, and sometimes it could take people a long time to qualify for those events. And I'm like, no, I wouldn't mind just, assessing their training and utilizing that for my own personal strength. Okay? Okay. Either way, it's great. All right? Because they've discouraged women from lifting weights. They've discouraged women from, having personal power, and here in America, mainly, not so much for, women of color, because women of color, they've always had to work hard. Yeah, they've always had to work hard. And these bodybuilders, it's really not based off of muscle building. Now, there's a difference. There's a difference between muscle building and bodybuilding. So the muscle building is, where you're building up your muscle on your body. Whereas the bodybuilding is have a lean, mean body machine, and where you can actually, have defined your muscles on your lean, mean body machine. And I'm like, oh, that's so nice. That's so nice, right? Some of these people don't have any body fat on them. And for women that is, say, over the age of 40, this can be idealistic at this time of their life, because, they don't have to have that added, estrogen or fat, that sort of safeguards having a healthy child, because you're not going to have children anymore. Now, that's not to say that, people under the age of 40 can't do this. However, before they decide to have a child, they do have to build up their estrogen and fat, during conception and during their pregnancy. Otherwise, you might end up with one of those, oddly looking, children that come out the womb looking like a bodybuilder, and people are like, ooh, that it don't look like a baby, it looks like a monster. So, yeah. I'm drinking my protein shake. And instead of just plain water, I use coffee. Right? We love our coffee. Yes, we do. I'm trying to decide whether or not to go ahead and have my tire fixed today, because like I said yesterday, my tire deflated pretty darn fast. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to ride around town, with my air compressor in my vehicle, just so that I don't fuck up my rims or get to a point where my tire is just so flat that, you know, I'm going to be forced to buy both tires and rims. So that's some of the things that, you know, I got, you know, running in the background of my mind. I don't really want to go to Discount Tire, even though they said they would, you know, fix the flat for free. Because, like I said, you know, their job is to sell tires, not to be a charity service to fix people's tires, right? Let's keep it real. But they do draw you in there, letting you know, hey, we'll fill your tires, we'll fix your flats for free, you know. That's how they draw you in there. And like I said, you know, it's really weird how, you know, the way that I keep having nails in my tires, you would think I worked at a construction site. And I don't. So, yeah. Not sure exactly, you know, where I want to walk today. Last night, I cannot even tell you, was like the first Arctic winds that we had received here in Texas. And it got into the 50s. So, you know, we dropped from, you know, the high 90s into the 50s overnight. Yeah, overnight. And on the Aries full moon. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, what's up, girl? What's up? What's out there? I think she could smell the dog park like 2 miles away. Probably so. Yeah. So when I finished my my conversation with Spirit, you know, I was told what to look out for, you know, as to the decision that would be made. Are they going to actually, you know, break open the last seal of destruction, or are we going to recycle and purge similarly to the book of Isaiah and the book of Jeremiah? I was like, okay, well, you know, personally, I'm like, can't, you know, can we, well, can I, you know, pick? I would just pick Jeremiah. But, you know, it was like, look at this fool right here in the middle of the street. It's like he lost his mind. He's standing there in the middle of the street, can hardly walk, light changed. Now he's stuck in the middle of the street because he can't walk. And so now he's acting like he's directing traffic and telling them, please move around me, you know. Yeah. Yeah. So I do have to buy groceries today. Or tomorrow. If I don't buy groceries today, then you know, I definitely, you know, I won't be able to eat salad. I mean, I still have things that I could buy, but basically, you know, I do want to, you know, replenish my spinach and cabbage because, you know, those are my vegetables of choice. Fresh spinach and fresh cabbage. Those are my vegetables of choice. I think I found the part of the lake that I want to walk today. I wasn't sure if I was going to walk the lake or if I was going to walk the park, but I decided, you know, to go ahead and walk the lake. You know, walking the park is wonderful, right? But walking the lake, you know, it's beautiful, right? It makes you feel like you're on a vacation. Yeah. So, anyway, this lady that I was watching today, that was had decided at the age of 58 to become a bodybuilder. You know, she was showing that she does a meal prep for 3 days at a time. And I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And her meal preps are nutritional, and you know, consist of, you know, the vitamins, you know, that she needs to sustain, you know, her body and her workout routine. And she had, you know, shown how when she was getting started, how hard it was, and that she literally had, you know, cried tears of pain, you know, trying to initiate this bodybuilding adventure that she chose to embark on. And I'm like, wow, you know, that's definitely dedication. Now, you know, she's never won like any titles. You know, she's never won any contest. But she, you know, did, you know, one time you know, achieve, fourth place, of course, in her class, right? Her class. They got different classes, like I said. You have a class where, based off of your age, your weight, and I thought that was very, very, interesting that, they would break it down that way, right? And typically, here's the thing. Typically, most sports will break things down based off of age and weight. This is one of the reasons why I never understand when men, will say, they had a fight, with, their partner. I'm like, how do you say that, that you had a fight? Because a fight is kind of like, the same age, the same weight, that would be a fight. Both, were training, and both, agreed, both agreed, for the challenge. Okay, hold on. I even think that after, a lot of the guys had started to complain that it wasn't fair for them to have to fight, another individual who had just way too long of a reach than them. And I think they started, even changing, that as, a qualifier in, who can challenge who. If your reach is way longer than somebody that has short arms, then yeah. Isn't it beautiful out here? Look at that. So, definitely, not only do men have typically a longer arm than women, but also, hold on.